setting. And I know some of you guys have seen some of the goal setting stuff that I've done before, but this is going to be on another level. Like, you guys will be blown away by the goal setting workshop that we're going to be doing next week. But tonight we got a lot of content to cover in a short period of time. Some of you maybe have not got your handout. We have a couple over here. Just if you haven't got yours, I know a couple people, we had more people than expected, so we're going to get those out to you right now. If you could, just one more time so Travis can see, raise your hand. Marisol's helping out too. We got a lot of people actually. Okay. So tonight, this training is going to be powerful. We've got so much great information to cover. Jim Rohn calls this skill set, promoting. He says this is the skill set that pays big money. In my personal opinion, it's probably the easiest to learn out of all the skills in this business. We got a couple up here. Out of all the skills that it takes to learn, that you want to learn in this business, I would say probably promoting is probably the easiest skill to learn. And once you get it, you got it. And the reason why it's called science of promoting is because it's a science. You mix this chemical and this chemical and it explodes every time. It's not an art. I hear people call promoting an art, and I'm just like, ooh, God, you don't get it. It's anybody can do this. But it kind of takes a high level of awareness, right, and a commitment on your part, but it's going to really benefit you so much getting the skill set under your belt, right? So let me dive into this information. We're going to be talking about the science of promoting, and obviously next week, got goal setting. It's going to be next level. I can't wait for goal setting. It's going to be very powerful. But the science of promoting, let's get underway. And afterwards, if anybody, this is their first Riman University, anybody? Okay, a couple of you. Right when we get through, what happens is, if you fill in all the blanks, you're going to get credit in the back for being here, okay? You get credit for being here for the course, and once you've gone through all 12 and you've got all 12 modules under your belt, then you graduate from the university course. When you get brand new people started, first thing you want to do, obviously, is what? Get them enrolled in the course. You want to get them trained properly. You're looking to develop leaders. You're not looking to sign people up, right? It's not about just signing people up. We're looking to do what? Develop leadership, okay? So let's dive into this information here today. It's going to be a lot of information in a short period of time. So put on your middle track shoes and run with me here for a second. So Module 6, Science of Promoting. So the first thing we're going to talk about is understand the science of promoting starts with you. It starts with you. Meaning that you can do it, you can make it happen, but you've got to be conscious, you've got to be aware, you've got to focus on it. It's not something that just comes to me, okay? Like when we talk about goal setting next week, you guys are going to be like, wow, that's next level. But understand, when I keep giving you a commercial for goal setting, what am I doing? I'm promoting the next event. If you're a team leader, please pay attention. Okay, this stuff doesn't happen by accident. Some of you that are brand new might not know what I'm doing, but what I'm doing is I'm giving what we call a commercial. So when we get into leadership, I'll talk about that later on. But let's talk a little bit about it. You guys all know Prince Adams, right? Anybody remember Adam? This is Adam and his cat Cringer. A lot of people I know, you might not know about this. Today you're going to get some really good information. But he was just a guy, Adam was just a dude with a cat, his cat Cringer, and then all of a sudden he transformed into He-Man, right? And Cringer turned into Battle Cat. Let's talk about it. I mean, this guy made it happen, right? How did that happen? Any of you guys remember the story, right? It's because he got the sword. And he said, by the power of Grayskull, I command you. And then he said, I have the power. And then he would transform. He would transform, boom, into He-Man. Woo! So the sword is the Riman University. Do you guys see that? That's the Riman University. That's gonna transform your cat. Some of you guys have a cat at home. Literally, you're going to be driving your cat here. It's going to be Battle Cat in the near future because of this. I had to give you guys some real. This is promoting. Promoting, man. The way my brain works, I look at anything and I try to make it make sense to anybody. You guys get that? So any of you guys were at the Long Beach convention, you guys saw me break out the racetrack? You guys remember the racetrack? Woo! So let's get into this, okay? This is the first thing for your notes, and just so if you're for your first time, the words that are underlined are the ones that are missing to make it easy. So here it is. Understand the importance of promoting. P.T. Barnum once said this: without promotion, something terrible happens. Nothing. If you're not promoting, nothing's happening. Do you guys see that? So, good idea is to learn how to promote, right? So, because we don't want nothing to happen, right? So P.T. Barnum, this guy, well, obviously you guys know he did the circuses. He was a promoter, okay? Let's get underway into this stuff, okay? This is something I want to show you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. This is how some of you try to motivate your team. Right? You ever felt like that? Come on, right? Here's the reality, right? I love that picture. I can't believe I found that. Like, what is happening? This guy was like, literally, that was made for this training. Okay? But you can make them thirsty. Okay? And that's the skill of promoting, right? This is a salt lick. Any of you guys that have had horses before know. That's how you make them thirsty. That's called promoting. Some of you will be like, well, I brought some people into business and they just didn't do nothing. You got to learn promoting, man. Mainly at the beginning, when a brand new person gets started, you've got to learn how to promote. Master promoting, okay? So let's talk a little bit about it. Hopefully you guys got that. You're looking for lead, drink, thirsty, and promoting, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to move forward. Hopefully you guys got all those. I'll keep it up for a second. When you get brand new people started, it's so important at the very beginning to make sure you get them, promote stuff to them. Promoting things to people is going to get them to take action. Jim Rohn says it best. He says learning promotion. Promotion, basically, what it is getting somebody to take an action that they normally wouldn't took without you influencing them, right? So it's the way that we influence. When I got started in network marketing 30 years ago, my mentor told me, you can't control people, but you can influence them. And that's what you want to get good at doing, is influencing people to be able to take the right action. And it's a very easy skill set to learn, okay? Now, here's one thing I want to show you. How do you find the right horse that's going to win the race? Right? Some people are like, man, I know how you find the right horse. Tim, you look for the name, right? This guy's name is the lucky horse, right? That's how some people bet on horses at a racetrack. They just like the names. Right? But imagine that you found a unicorn. Imagine that you had a unicorn with wings right there, lined up. You got all these horses, and then one's got wings and a unicorn. That is what we're looking for. Everybody's looking for a unicorn. If I could just find a unicorn, man, everything will work out. Right? How do you find a unicorn? You become the unicorn. You want to be that person. If you can do everything right, your actions are the best way to influence other people. I think it was Einstein who said it's not the main means. He goes, leading by example is not the main means of influencing people. It's the only means of influencing people. Leading by example. Like getting excited. How do you get people excited about something? You get excited. And then you share your enthusiasm and transfer that emotion. So let's get underway with this. Okay, sponsors live in a fishbowl. Here's a couple reminders. I want to put them all up there, okay? So this is for your notes, right? Listen to me carefully, but don't watch me too close, versus listen to me carefully, but watch me even closer. We're talking about setting the pace now, right? Think about what I'm saying. You can listen to me, and I can tell you what I did to do it, or I can just show you by leading by example. That's why it's so important once you start making a lot of money to just keep on making a lot of money until everybody's making a lot of money. It's easy. The hardest thing my mentor told me is to get past $20,000 a month in this business. He said it's the hardest thing you'll do, because once you start making $20,000 a month, he says the couch starts to look a little bit comfortable. You see that? But you got to realize, right, and I'll talk about this in leadership, how does a giraffe know it's a giraffe? It gives birth to a giraffe. So you're not really making 20 grand a month until you help at least, what, 5 people make $20,000 a month. So you teach other people how to do it, and then obviously you know how to do it, right? So become the planner you want to attract. Think about the skills that you want to have people have. You've got to be that person, okay? People will be afraid people will be afraid not to join you when they know that you know where you're going. Think about that. When people can see it, I promise you, when I got started in direct sales, the first 6 months I didn't make a lot of money, because I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I wasn't doing all the things I'm talking about doing today. Once I started doing all those things, everybody could see a big difference in me. People, when I would bring guests, they were like, oh, I want to get started, because they could see that I was going somewhere. And the majority of the time, we'll talk about this later today, the majority of the time people are going to be more motivated by fear of loss than hope of gain, okay? So lead by example. My mentor used to teach me this, right, all the time. He said, lead by example so you can judge by results. Lead by example so you can judge by results, right? So I told you it's coming right now, right? 97% of the people are more motivated by fear of missing out. And 3% are motivated by the hope of gain. So you want to have a backbone, not a wishbone. Think about what this means. A lot of you are trying to help people. Like, for the longest time when I got started, the first 6 months in this industry, 30 years ago, I was trying to get everybody to want to get rich with me. And once I just started telling people, I really could care less whether you want to do it or not, but I'm going to become wealthy with it without you, that's when people started getting attracted to me. That's when everybody started signing up. Because it doesn't make sense how the first 6 months I made $12.63, and then the first 6 months, $12, the next 6 months I made $147,000. Okay, what was the difference? It was literally this. I just decided I was going to go with it without people, and people got attracted to me. Yep. So instead of trying to drag people along, yep. Think about it. Like, you guys ever seen, you see these shows, like these on Animal Planet or whatever, where you see all these, like, everybody's just chilling and a stampede starts. Like, you got like a bunch of like antelope just chilling, or zebras just chilling, right? They're just grazing. They're doing whatever they're doing, right? They're doing zebra stuff. I don't know what it's called. Eating, right? They're crazy. I don't know what they're doing. They're just hanging out, and all of a sudden one takes off going, and what happens to the rest of them? How do you start a stampede is by leading by example. You guys see the difference? You can't push a rope, okay? So get enthusiastic and share your enthusiasm, right? Share your enthusiasm. Share your story on why you're excited. That little bitty thing right there I just told you is gold. Share your story why you're excited. If I'm trying to promote, let's say I'm trying to promote tomorrow's leadership, right? We're going to be going over, I've got a leadership training I'm doing tomorrow night, 6 p.m. on Zoom. It's going to be about the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership and how to use those laws for you to become a director. Okay? Now imagine if I'm trying to promote that, and I'm promoting it to a brand new person, look, the best part of this business is the training that you get. Okay? Tomorrow, I'm super excited because I can't wait to hear that training. Okay? Because I want to know how to become a director, and this training's going to help me get that. You should jump on. How hard was that to promote? Did you guys see how I did it? I just shared a story. It wasn't magic. It was not like, whoa, we got to write that down in a script, dude. It's like, just tell your story why you're excited. You guys saw products last week? What I do, I just talk about why I'm excited. Every product I'm jacked up about, right? I'm fired up about it. So I just tell that excitement, okay? Share that excitement. So sponsors live in a fishbowl, right? Meaning that everybody can see every move that you make, okay? So let's take a look at this, okay? So here it is. Love the products, okay? Share your enthusiasm, transfer the emotion, and what happens? Boom, you get new customers for your notes, okay? Love the opportunity, share your enthusiasm, transfer your emotion. Guess what? You get brand new planners, right? How do you promote? Love the event, share your enthusiasm, transfer your emotion, and guess what? You get people to the events. It's about falling in love with it and sharing and transferring that emotion. That's the magic behind this business. That's the reason why anybody can do it. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your age is, or how tall you are, or short you are, or this or that. None of that matters. What matters is just getting excited and sharing. I love this. So make sure you guys understand. We just, how do I get more customers? I just start using more product. You guys think I'm joking? You want to get more customers? I start just lathering it on my face. And people are like, damn, dude, your skins look great. Just blow people away, right? You're like, dang, dude, you look super healthy. That's all I do. Love the opportunity. I just start taking more notes at trainings. You guys see that? Right? Love the events. I just get excited about being here, right? Love meeting people. Okay, so let's get into this. The little things that make the biggest difference. Oh, God, this is gold right now. You're about to get some good stuff. I'm so excited to be able to teach this because this is something that is needed so bad. When I came to Riman, I was like, dang, these people needed this training. When we went to that first event, remember the first event that we went, the big event, I think it was like in Fullerton or something? There was like 1,000 people there. Danny's on stage talking. People are talking during the thing. I'm like, I'm going to fight these people. They don't even know who I am. I'm like a guest, but Danny's on stage and they're talking while Danny's talking. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? This guy must eat up all his stupid pills. Think about how many stupid pills this guy eats. You got a dude up there right now making it happen, right? Building the company, And you're over here like, oh, this dude missed some stuff. Let me tell you what he really was supposed to say. Like, ain't nothing coming out of your mouth about Riman more valuable than Danny, right? What are we doing? So the little things that make the biggest difference. You guys are going to love this training, okay? So let me kind of explain it first, okay? Excitement raises, and once it gets, you see this imaginary line, this little dotted line? That's the I'm getting started line, okay? And this is time. So throughout a presentation, whether it's a one-on-one, a K-pop, whatever it is that you're doing, what you're doing is you're raising the excitement to get to that point, to get to that line where it says, I'm getting started. Are you guys clear on this? It's very easy to understand. So I'm sitting down, I'm sharing Riman with somebody, hosting do what? Enroll them in the business. You guys with me? All I got to do is get into that imaginary line. Okay? So if I don't do the little things, guess what? Watch how this works. Okay? So I don't do the little things. Just imagine this thing was moving. Okay, here we go. So this is me not doing the little things. And look, that make the big difference. I didn't get into that line. So they didn't get started. Do you see what just happened? Now watch this. But if I do the little things on the front end, and now their excitement's here even before the presentation, guess what happens? Boom, they're in. So what you do is the little things that enhance people getting started. So let's take a look at what these things are, okay? Number one, this is out of the 10 little things to give us the big edge, okay? We want to visualize our guests being excited and getting started. You want to visualize it. It all starts in your mind's eye, okay? Imagine it. This will give us certainty, confidence, and posture, right? We want to live our life with expectancy. So whenever I'm sitting down to share Riman with somebody, they're already in the business, in my mind. I already visualize them getting excited. Now, if you sit down with somebody, you're like, oh, I don't think they're going to like this. They're not. You understand? Don't expect problems because they have the tendency not to disappoint. You guys see that? So number one, I hope you guys got that. Okay, you're looking for visualize, posture, and expectancy. Okay, let me move forward. I want to jump into this. Okay, number two is what? Right? We want to pick our guests up in a clean car. Okay, clean car. Now you don't have to be like over the top. Go get it detailed and stuff like that. One of the kids that live with me just got a brand new car. So funny. He just drove it home, and this dude, he washed it 3 times today. He washed the damn thing 3 times. I'm like, Elisha, bro, it's clean, dude. Go drive it around and make it dirty, bro. But this will give us time. This will give us time when we pick our guests up in a clean car. This will give us time to get our guests in the right mindset, okay, and to find out their hot buttons, right? They'll always show up, right? They'll always show if they're in your car. You understand? Never had a guest bail out of my car. You understand? Like, look, even if you're doing a pop-up at your house and you're expecting 5 people, at least go grab 2 of them. You know 2's showing up, right? People don't realize how easy it is to go pick people up. Man, I used to be driving all around Southern California to bring people to get events. I was like an Uber driver. You guys get what I mean? The highest paid Uber driver. Just driving around picking people up. You know how we have NC Dart? You guys remember? Chris, remember that? We used to call it NC Dart. We go look for people to van. Recruit people with vans. Who do you know with a van? Because they can pick up a bunch of people. You think I'm joking? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, let's just call it NC Dart. We just need to get, pick people up in your car. Somebody goes, Tim, that's like an extra 45 minutes out of my way. What do you think? I'm going to go drive 45 minutes out of the way, and then 45 minutes back. That's an hour and a half. You crazy. How many home run hitters do you need? You understand? You need 5 good players in this business to ride off into the sunset. What are you doing? I'm driving an hour. What? Like, did you get into some of that guy's stupid pills he was eating? Like, hello? I'll drive all over the place. Now, number 3, out of the 10 little things that give us the biggest edge, okay? We always show up early, right? You want to register neatly, and like our event obviously here doesn't cost any money, but like when you go to events, sometimes it'll be like $5 or $10 or $15 to help cover the room. I will literally see people try and sneak in that are like team leaders. I'm like, man, make it. Like, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Like, $10? What? Like, come on, help the dude pay for the room. Guy, the dude is paying for this room, charging $5 or $10, and you'll see people being like, oh, I'm a guest. You've been a guest for the last 6 weeks, bro. Come on, man. Don't be stingy, bro. So here it is. Early's on time is late, and late's unheard of. Okay, when you're the first ones to arrive, okay, when we are one of the first people to arrive, okay, our guests feel connected to the event, comfortable in a new environment. You guys ever been to a party before? And like, you remember like in high school, I would go to a party, and I remember a lot of times being the first one there. Because I had the fake driver's license, so I would go get the keg. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys are like that. What kind of parties you going to? Not me. I never did that stuff. Not until I was 21, bud. No. And I would help set up the party. And then next thing you know, you look around and it's packed. But if you ever come to a party late and there's like hundreds of people there, you're like, you feel all awkward and off to the side. You don't feel a part of it. So you always want to be the first to the event because you own the environment that way. So your guest feels good because they're meeting people, right? They're doing all these things. We'll talk about in a second, okay? So always want to be one of the first ones to arrive, okay? Now, number out of 10 little things that give us the biggest edge, number 4 is ask. So important, okay? Questions are the answer, okay? When we pre-talk with our guests, we're looking to find out their hot buttons, okay? Family, occupation, recreation, and money. Ask questions about those things. Most people are busy at their jobs or their careers. You understand? And they're just busy, just doing the same thing. They're like a dog chasing their tail. And they're not even thinking about their future. You guys get what I'm saying? So when you ask them questions about that before they see the meeting, now they're thinking about those things. And they're like, I was just thinking about going to Tahiti. Now I got a way to do it. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, talk about the stuff that's going to want to get them to want to do the business. You understand? Not hard to do. Well, if you had more free time, what would you do with it? I want to take more vacations. And they see the business, they're like, dang, I was just thinking about taking more vacations. This is perfect. If you're selling umbrellas, it's easy to sell it in the rain. You understand? If you're selling Band-Aids, you got to poke them a little bit. You guys know what I'm talking about? Now, don't break out a gun or freaking big old Rambo knife or whatever. That's not a Band-Aid. You're going to need more than that when you get done with them. But I just tell them, put a mirror up and let them look at their life and make them go, I do need to make some changes. So but it's not going to happen. They're not going to think about that stuff unless you ask questions and bring that to the forefront of the brain. Okay? Very easy to understand. Okay? Number 5, out of the 10 little things that give us the biggest edge. Always be prepared. The separation is in the preparation. Okay? Okay. Have the products and demo, pen, paper, everything you need, right? Our guests obviously will know we're the right person to lead. Like, they're going to be like, yeah, you're prepared. But if you're like, dang, I wish I had some product here, let me go try to find a pen. You understand? It's like, you want to make it takes 5 minutes to do that stuff. If you take the same car here all the time, just throw it in your car. You know what I mean? Like, I got, like, look, you guys already know. I already told you guys. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm the guy that makes the top percentages available, right? By being at the bottom. I make the top half happen by being in the bottom half. Every day I'm like running around looking for my keys. My wife's like, why don't you just put them in the same place right when you walk in where everybody else puts their keys? You guys see it? You ever met somebody like that? Wallet, same thing. There's a little bowl right when you open our door where all this stuff goes. Why I don't put it in there would save me so much time. Needless to say, today I'm coming here. I got to have products to give out because we're going to do a raffle. Guess what? They're already in my car. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, dang, I'm ready to go. So make sure you guys be prepared. Right? Don't leave things to your mind. Just always be prepared, and then you don't have to worry about it, okay? So next thing, number 6, out of the 10 little things that give us the biggest edge. Introduce your guests to everybody. Introduce your guests to everyone. Okay? You've got to get out of your comfort zone. Like, meet everybody in this room. Get to know them. You don't have to find out everything about it, but just get to know at least their name. And then when you have a guest, introduce them to them. You want to create that environment, right? So the reason why it's so important is because this gives us the perfect chance to edify our guests. When we edify our guests, this injects them with confidence to want to get started. You guys see what's happening? So if I'm out like Deb, right now, I'm introducing you to Simpson, and I'm introducing them, and let's say that Deb's my guest, I'm like, Simpson, Deb's the person we've been looking for. Like, she is a go-getter. She's the type of person, like, when she makes a decision to do something, she follows through with it. She's got a ton of integrity, really great person. Now, she's my guest. What is she thinking? All right. You know what I mean? So now when she gets started, she's got high expectations to rise to. Do you guys see what happens? But if I'm like, you meet my friend Deb, and that's it, it's like, damn, dude. Once you create this, once this culture gets established, you guys, this thing will grow like wildfire through a dry brush field. Because what happens is everybody starts doing it. And then what happens is when people are bringing guests, everybody's pumped out of their mind, okay? This is what you want to do. And you create that culture in your team. So whenever you go to bigger events or whatever, even when you're doing pop-ups or whatever together, team events, it all works out like that. So you just want to utilize the entire situation, right? So here it is, number 7. This is a great one for your notes, okay? Get the best seats available and stay seated. No safe seating, okay? No safe seating. Everybody's like, oh, don't worry, nobody's been trained yet, okay? So somebody's like sweating right now. He's talking about me. No, I'm not. Trust me, this training was made before you. This was 30 years ago, okay? The closer to the front, the higher the percentage of the chances our guests will get started. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how true this is. Like, this will blow your mind away. We used to do studies on it. We were so disciplined about every little thing that we would do. It used to be out of this world. Everything was a science test. People would be like arriving an hour early, get like the first 2-3 rows, because they knew that meant their guest was going to show up. I'd be like, what are you guys waiting in the, like, we didn't even like turn the lights on in the room, but people are already waiting outside. People are right. But because they know it's going to work. You guys see that? For me, I always got the best seats. I would always show up early. Why? Because my attitude was, why not do everything? Because most people just a little degree off. But if I'm traveling from here to Toronto and I'm 1 degree off, I might end up in Florida. You get what I mean? So here it is. Number 8 out of the 10 little things that give us the biggest edge, right, is we always want to take notes and participate. This is just good common sense to do in communication. Turn off your phones, right? Stay seated and be quiet. I mean, that goes without saying. But once again, that's why you want to have the front rows, because you have less distraction. You guys see that? Okay? But this will get our guests to want to take notes. If I'm taking notes like crazy and my guests are sitting there, what do you think they're thinking? This is important. And sometimes you'll have that guest that's too cool for school and you give them a pen and paper, they're like, nah, I'm not going to take notes. But then every time something good is said, you just go, ooh, give them a little nudge. That's good. They'll start taking notes before you know it, okay? We participate by raising our hands, laughing at the dumb jokes, except for mine. Right? Give physical feedback, spoken feedback, and get into what the speaker's saying. On a Zoom, turn your camera on and nod your head and take notes. I think take is the word that might be underlined.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So understand, why do I do that on a Zoom?
You're engaging.
Think about why I do this. Like the director training. We said the director training with Danny Bay. You think my camera was on?
Yes.
You think I was taking notes?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Because I got like 40 other directors watching me. And if I'm sitting there taking notes, nodding my head, you know what? They're at least paying attention. Do you guys see it? You lead by example. On the team leader call. Most of you guys that are team leaders are on those calls every Monday morning. If I'm not doing it, guess what I'm doing? Danny's doing it. I'm sitting there with my camera on taking notes. Why? Because I like making money. Duh. Right? It's like, you got 500 team leaders in the organization. You think I want to sit there and take notes and lead by example so they pay attention? Yes. I'm getting into what the speaker's saying is something that you want to do all the time when you talk to people. Like, when you talk to people, you nod your head. This is called physical feedback. That's physical feedback. That's what it looks like. My wife and I, when we go on dates, we'll be like looking around, be like, dude, that guy's not getting any action tonight. That guy's not. Because like he's not even getting into what she's saying. I'm like, dang, bro, what are you doing? What are you having so much fun with that? I'm like, that guy's definitely not going home until I'm getting any kissy time. You get into what the speaker's saying. Even when you're having a conversation with somebody, if you mad dog them, they're not going to be inclined to want to talk to you. Does that make sense? The spoken feedback is like, wow, really? Oh my God, you don't say. Tell me more about that. That's called spoken feedback. It's common sense stuff in the art of communications. I told you guys about the book, Nicholas Boothman's book, How to Make People Like You 90 Seconds or Less. Most of you guys probably read the book. But I'm telling you, in that book, he breaks it down. But understand, if you're getting into what people are saying in the presentation, guess what's happening? You're getting more out of it. But if you're just sitting there like this, you're not getting much out of it, okay? You definitely don't do that on a date, right? Take your husband on a date, you start doing that, right? Or your wife. So AAFTC, right? Always ask for the close. Always ask for the close. I'll get into this. We're going to be doing a training called Overcoming Objections and Closing in a few weeks. You guys will be ninjas by the time I'm done with that. Like I'm talking about breaking boards and stuff. But you want to always ask for the close, okay? What'd you like best about what you saw? Or what'd you like best about what you heard? What was your favorite thing that you heard tonight? You guys see that? Never ask, what'd you think? That's the dumbest thing, literally, it would be better to kick them in the shin than ask them what they think. Kick them right in the shin. Literally, I would encourage you to do that over asking. The literally worst thing you can say to somebody at the end of a presentation. Word for word, what'd you think? That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing. Because people don't make decisions based upon what they think, they make them based upon what they feel. And if you ask them, what'd you think? They're going to go, I need to think about it. Like literally, that's why I kick them in the shins. So let me show you how to fill out the paperwork. That's what I always do. I call it an assumptive bill. I just assume everybody wants to do it. And then I handle the objections whenever they come up. So that's AAFTC, right? Now this is out of the 10 things. Okay? 10 things. The 10 little things give us the biggest edge. Post, close, and bam, bam. Book a meeting from a meeting. Book a meeting from a meeting. Book a meeting from a meeting. This is so critical, okay? Always set up the next time to meet and get them committed to the university, okay? We don't want to be the king or queen. We want to be the king or queen maker. This is so important, okay? When you finish a meeting, you want to have another meeting lined up. Always. There's always another meeting. If I'm doing a Zoom with somebody, we're always booking another one after that. If I'm launching somebody, I'm giving them homework. Jump on the Zoom, call me afterwards. Tell me what you learned. Like I'm always promoting something. You never want to be like, all right, well, let's contact each other next week and see what's going on. You guys get that? That's just like silly. Always bam, bam. Book a meeting from a meeting. Always doing that, okay? So let's get into this, okay? So let's dive into this information. So those are the 10 little things that give us the biggest edge. I'm glad that we covered that. But you want to make sure, okay, promoting is how we move runners along the bases. Forces in the follow-up. I'm just going to touch on this. I'm going to put them all up there so it's easy. You guys understand it's like baseball. Okay, so first base, and these are not in any particular order. It doesn't matter what you do first, just multiple exposures, okay? First base could be piquing an interest or a K-pop. Second base could be an opportunity Zoom or a three-way, or it could be a K-pop, or it could be whatever. It doesn't matter, it's just about multiple exposures. Third base could be a K-pop, could be a product demo, could be a product university, right? Home plate could be the, Riman University, could be the orientation, could be a connection call, could be any. What you have to understand is you move the runners along the bases. If you have a brand new person that hasn't seen an orientation and there's an orientation coming up, what do you think needs to be done? Yeah. How are they going to find out about that? I don't know. Hopefully somebody posts something and they see it. But no. We'll get into that in a second. So understand, you want to get them plugged into the university. Once you get people that graduate from the university, it's like you literally, your organization will grow like wildfire. You only need to get a handful of people. It doesn't take millions and millions of people to become successful. You find 5 superstars, you find 5 unicorns, woo! How do you find 5 unicorns? You just find 5 of anybody and you get them plugged into the university and they turn into unicorns. Woo! Woo! So promoting pays big money. This is it. For your notes, promoting pays big money. I'm so excited about this next section. You're going to love this. Okay? You want to be disciplined when the amounts are small. You want to be disciplined when the amounts are small. Remember in Mario Brothers when he would get that star? Unstoppable. Okay? That's what events do. Okay? When is the most important time to have your team attend events? Let me break it down for you. Okay? Number 1, first 4 weeks. You want them plugged into something every few days. New people will encounter negative people. Negative people. There's a lot of people that don't want to see your brand new person win, okay? And when they start enrolling customers and planners are getting fired up, do you think you want to add fuel to that fire? Get them on an event. Before they rank advance to senior manager. That's the most critical time in somebody's career, is a new person to senior manager. That's literally the most important time. And the better you do at getting your brand new people to become senior managers, that's how you grow your organization fast, okay? And then number 4 is always follow up after to see what they learned. So after the event or after whatever, like what did you like best? What was your favorite thing that you heard tonight? You want to make sure that you're following up after a Zoom, after a training, after an event, finding out what they're doing, what they liked about it. It's the little things that are going to make the big impact. That's promoting, okay? So let's talk about this. What is promoting? Okay, this is it. Don King. This guy was the best promoter of all time, right? Just like you only brush the teeth you want to keep, only promote to the people that you want to see win. So only brush the teeth that you want to keep. You guys understand? Don't brush the ones you don't want to keep. That's how I get my kids to brush their teeth. Don't brush all your teeth, just the ones you want to keep. They brush their teeth so much. They love doing it. So what is promoting? When there's an upcoming event, you want to personally reach out to your team to get them committed that they're going to attend. Make a phone call, FaceTime call, voice note, personalized text messages. This is how you move people into action. Okay? So they can feel the excitement. Okay? So look, let me explain to you what happens as a result of that. Whoa. Woo! Okay, this is what will happen. Number 1, they're going to feel important. Number 2, guess what? They're going to know that you care. Number 3, they're going to know the event is important. Like next week on the goal setting workshop, like we're really going to dig into it. Commercial. You're establishing the correct culture. When I do when I'm doing a pop-up, guess what I'm doing the whole time? Promoting the next event. Do you understand what I'm doing? Like, just watch how I operate. Like, you'll see when we go to the goal setting workshop next week, you're going to clearly understand. That's what I do during a pop-up. If I'm doing a pop-up on Sunday, I'm promoting whatever's the next event, right? For my group, it's Monday, and I know most of the teams do Monday they do stuff. Maybe it's Tuesday orientation, it doesn't matter, but you're always promoting something. You're establishing the right culture when you do this. Okay, a phone call, FaceTime, or voice note, they can feel your energy. That's key. That's key. Okay, so you want to make sure you're promoting. You guys all understand that? So they're going to feel important. They're going to know you care. They're going to know that the event is important. You're going to establish the correct culture in your organization. In a phone call, FaceTime, voice note, they're going to feel your energy. Now, let's get into this. What's posting and praying? This is the reason why we have to train this stuff so much. When I got involved 30 years ago, there was no such thing as post and pray. This is new stuff. This is a new behavior that just came out. Okay? When there's an upcoming event, you make a post and pray your team will attend. That's how most people build a group. When there's an event coming up, worse than you doing it, maybe you just hope your upline does it. Okay? You see an upcoming event and you don't call, you don't send a voice net, and you don't send a personalized text. This is called posting and praying. Okay? Now, let's talk about what happens when you do this. They don't feel special. They don't know that you care. They don't know they don't know it's important, right? They don't know the event's important. and you're not establishing the correct culture. I mean, it's super simple. When you're disciplined, when the amounts are small, is how it will grow like wildfire. Somebody says, well, I got 10 people on my team, Tim. How do you expect me to do all that? It's 30 seconds a piece, man. That's 30 second voice note times 10. You understand how big that is? That's 5 minutes, man. You think I care that much about my team? It's like, bro, you only have 10 people, dude. Get on it. That's how you're going to go from 10 to 1,000. Somebody goes, well, if I have 1,000 people, I'd really promote, but I only got 10, so who cares? Like, hey, no. Right? You got to be disciplined when the amounts are small. This is how you get wealthy. Because you create a culture where everybody does that, okay? So let's go into this, okay? Heart before the hand reminders, okay? I love this one, okay? This is heart before the hand reminders. To help somebody get what they're looking for, first find out what they're looking for. Your job is to help people get what they're looking for. That's what our job is as a sponsor. So when you sign somebody up, our job is to help them find what they're looking for. How do you find what somebody's looking for? Is first ask them what they're looking for. Number 2 is what? Discover the why they want the what they want. It's why they want the what they want. Why? If I know somebody's like, oh, like, I want to retire my husband. Okay? That's a what? Why? Well, because I know that his job is going to cut his life a little bit short. Boom. If that's your why, you think whenever, your negative cousin that's a Subway artist says something negative, you're going to get knocked out of the box? You know what I mean? Freaking Subway artist like, everything sounds sketchy to me. It's like, bro, eat fresh. What are you talking about? Dude, you got to realize if people know why they're doing the business, they're going to succeed. Now, number 3, I'm going to put them off there. Be relational, not transactional. Okay? Number 4 for your notes. Care enough about, okay, this is so important. Care enough to tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. This is probably the biggest flaw that I see in leaders. Is like once you start making a lot of money, you got to realize you got to protect it. Sometimes you got to tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Okay? Have a big heart and a backbone, not a wishbone. Okay? Care more about the person than the transaction. First talk about the destination before you talk about the vehicle or the route to take. I'm going to explain what this means, okay? First talk about the destination before the vehicle or the route to take. When you're working with people, right, there's a lot of people getting started on your team, you're working with these people, they're the most important person. And our job is to help them get what they want. Trust me, when you start helping people become successful, you will get addicted to it. It's the most addicting feeling in the world, watching somebody become successful, getting giant checks like they've never seen before in their life. I love that. It's so much fun. When you watch somebody become wealthy, when you see somebody making $100 grand a month, and you're like, dang, this is crazy. It's the best feeling on the planet, okay? So talk about the destination before the vehicle and the route to take. Okay, let's break this thing down a little bit. Okay, what am I talking about? Okay, to be a great promoter, you must talk about the destination. Talk more about the destination or the vehicle and the route to take. Okay, so let's look at it. Woo, geez. I push the button, nothing happens. Push it a couple times, and a lot happens. You guys, man, we're all over the place. Woo. Okay, so here's vehicle, route, destination. Okay, follow me on this. Okay, so if I'm inviting somebody somewhere, okay, am I going to talk about the vehicle, the flight pattern we're taking, or where we're going? Where we're going. Like, think about inviting a kid to Disneyland. Best example. You start talking about your anti-lock brakes in your car, they're going to be like, they're going to give you one of those faces. You start talking to somebody about, there's probably not going to be as much traffic on the 5 this time, but you think we should go 405 and cut over on 55? Should we go sideways and take 22, 5? What do you think? You want to see Mickey Mouse? Yeah! You know what I mean? What are we talking about, right? Same thing with our business. What are you talking about? Well, do you know the power of this compensation plan? Will you go 40% on level 1 check match. You understand what that means long term? And then much they create, you're talking about 20% level 2. They're getting 40%, you're getting 20%. That's just total payout. Look at this horizontal stabilizer right here. We got the horizontal stabilizer on this plane. Can you imagine trying to sell the ticket to an airplane by talking about the stabilizer? Start talking about the route we're going to take? No. You understand? You talk about what they're going to get at WIIFM. What's in it for me? Okay, what's in it for me? That's the radio station everybody's tuned into. So these are the 4 tips on how I master promoting. Okay? Number 1, be very urgent. Okay, this creates excitement and action. Urgency is everything. Okay? This is what was taught to me 30 years ago. Still remember it. They taught me this. Okay? Number 2, trust me. Trust me. This lets them know that you care about them. So when you're talking to somebody, just trust me. Okay? Whatever you got going on, cancel. Whatever you got going on, cancel. Okay? This lets them know that it's very important and it's going to be able to create curiosity. I'm not taking no for an answer. Let them know that you have confidence and you're going to make sure they win. So when you're promoting things to people, whatever you've got going on, you got to cancel. You've got to get to the Riman University. I'm not going to take no for an answer. You understand? You get a brand new person started, you start talking like that, they want to go to the event. Well, there's this Riman University, it's kind of important, but you know, it's up to you. What you want to do or not. Look, it's like this. It's like not promoting is like basically giving a brand new baby like a knife of some sort. You know what I mean? Just cutting them loose with a knife. Nothing good's going to happen. Nothing good's going to happen with a baby with a knife. That's like not promoting stuff. If I went and I asked my son, hey, what do you want to drink with your dinner? Soda. No, dude. Now what if I just say, hey, what do you want, apple juice or orange juice? You see what's going on? It's the same thing with this. You got to learn how to promote. Because if not, they're going to try to figure it out on their own. If somebody's going to try to sign up in this business and not get the proper training, what's really the chance of them becoming successful?
None.
It's none. There's a 0% chance. They're not going to win big. Like nobody just signs up and gets rich in network marketing without knowing what they're doing. It's a learning process. So we got to make sure that we help them learn how to do that by learning how to promote. Trust me, whatever you got going on, cancel. I'm not taking no for an answer. You got to be there. Checkpoint. That's how you make it happen. Okay? So here it is. This is something I like to talk about. A reserved person being outgoing is more powerful than an outgoing person being outgoing. If you're more like a piglet or an Eeyore and you start acting like a tigger, people are going to be like, whoa. People are going to be pumped. Somebody say, I'm never going to tell somebody to cancel their plans. That's just absolutely crazy. Dude, if you said it, you would stop the world. You understand what I mean? If I call her and I say, what do you got going on, cancel, you got to come with me. And she's like, I got work. I'm like, dude, just call in sick. Trust me, you got to be there. She ain't going to call in sick, but does she know it's important?
Yes.
Yeah, I just set the tone for what it's all about. You see what's going on? A lot of you guys got to understand, it's about a backbone, not a wishbone. You got to have posture when you talk to people, okay? Now, this is module 6, science of promoting. Make the convention a non-negotiable. Okay, I'm going to go through this fast. Okay, so watch this. We talked about this. You guys saw this at the event, right? This is the convention right here. This is what shoots the car around the track. And it starts to slow down, and then it zings through that little thing right there. Gets that little booster motor. Little Hot Wheels booster motor for you. Okay, that's the convention. So understand, when you get your team to attend the convention, they make a decision to get committed to success. That's where the decisions are made. Like we doubled our volume last month. Somebody goes, how did that happen? There was a convention, dude. It happens every time. It's super simple. In Hong Kong, our China volume, like, tripled last month. Why is that? Because there's an event coming up in Macau. Everybody's running for director. You guys see it? It's like, you utilize the events that are going to build your business. In between the conventions, they grow through the process. So you don't walk into an event and then walk out rich. You guys understand that? It doesn't work like that. But you make a decision in your mind to say, I'm going to make it happen no matter what at the event, and then you get committed to the process, the growth process. The only place to make a true decision is at the convention. Okay? I always look at it like, once you hit the convention, it's like, checkpoint. Like that outrun game. When you hit the checkpoint, you gotta keep playing. Okay? If not, you gotta put more quarters in the machine. So you gotta get them to the event. Okay? So let's talk about it. This is beautiful, right? When a new person enrolls, we get them committed to the convention ASAP. So every time they hear about the convention, they get more excited. So I give you an example, right? These like, it works out like this. Every time people get started, we get them committed to the convention, get them committed to the convention, get them committed to the convention. This is how you build your business. Like when you get a brand new person started, get them committed to the convention. You don't have to close them right there on the spot, but you're like, man, we got to, like, in the next couple of days, we got to sit down, I got to talk to you about the convention. Because when you go to Vegas, that's whenever greatness starts to happen for you. Well, I'll talk to you more about that, but trust me, whatever you got going on, in August, 7th, 8th, 9th, cancel it. You got to be with us in Vegas, but we'll talk more about it. We just talked about it. You guys see what I just did? You guys see what I just did? But that's how I do things, right? And I don't even talk about it, but I talk about it. I already got the commitment made without even asking for the commitment. So then, boom, then you make sure you get it done. Okay, so this is how we build the event. The best example I give for this one is like my daughter, when she was younger, she used to like Justin Bieber. Okay, she had Justin Bieber fever, right? When that dude came out, you guys know about Bieber fever. She was all pumped, right? We actually have you guys that have been in my house, you guys have seen that. We have a poster, a big autograph, Justin Bieber concert tickets, framed, one of those things, right? I got her that for Christmas one year. I like to do that stuff. Get the autograph stuff and just get him all pumped up. You know what I mean? But she loved Justin Bieber. So my wife was like, oh man, we got Bieber's coming to do an event, his first tour or whatever. It's in San Diego, one of the concert dates. It's in August. My daughter's birthday's in January. My wife buys the tickets for her so she can pick a friend and my wife. All three of them in. January. Event's in August. For the next 8 months, best daughter I ever had in my life. Best daughter, dude. She wasn't any smarter, but she was working hard. You guys know what I mean? I'm like, you know, I like to do dishes. I like cleaning dishes. Like, what are we talking about? Of course I want to do it. My daughter was just throwing dishes into this, like, you know how you do washing machine? You just throw it in a washing machine, stuff's all upside down, getting full of dirty water. I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, how do I parent this one? Do I yell at her for doing it wrong, or at least she did something right? But she was doing everything right. But every time a Justin Bieber song would come on, she was, oh, Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? Somebody wears a Justin Bieber shirt to school, she's like, oh, where are those Justin Bieber? You know what I mean? Like, we got so much mileage out of those tickets. It's the same thing with convention. Some of you right now are like, oh, I've been meaning to buy tickets, but I haven't had them yet. Right now, you're beating yourself up. The ones that already have the tickets are like, yeah, I'm going. I know he's got the tickets. He won the free ones. Ah! I remember that. I was so jacked. I went over to my wife. I go, oh, one of my favorite people won. I go, this guy's the best. Master overcoming objections for the convention, okay? I'm just going to talk about this. I don't think this is in your notes, okay? Let me talk about this, okay? This is actually 6 reminders about objections. Objections are buying signs, not rejection signs, okay? Objections are they're natural in the decision-making process and give us knowledge on where we need to spend time. This QR code right here is a training that I did on overcoming objections. If you can't wait for 4 more weeks for it, you can watch it right now. But the next 4 weeks is going to be way better. So here it is. An objection is simply a sign that a person is seriously interested. People people get all worried about objections. Objections. No, that's fine. An objection is like what you want. If I'm sitting down with somebody and they're like, no, and that's it. You guys see that? Let me show you again. Sitting down with somebody and they stand up and they go, no. That's a rejection. But if somebody goes, I need to think about it. All right, boom, right? Let's go, right? So you understand? When people have objections, that's a good thing, okay? The most objections are misunderstandings that need to be addressed or questions that need to be answered. And obviously this one right here is super important, okay? I'm gonna put them all up there. There's no new objections. Repeat the objection, jump on the side, become assistant buyer, and use a cushion. Cushion's the most important thing in overcoming objections. You're not trying to get into a freaking argument with people. Goodness gracious. So why am I talking about objections in a promoting events training? Because when you're promoting events, you have to learn how to overcome what? Objections. Objections aren't things that just magically disappear when somebody gets started. Objections are things that you always are doing to navigate people to success. They just don't sound the same. What's an objection? You hear an objection when you're talking to somebody. Easy objection. You understand it. You identify it. When you're developing leaders, you're going to hear objections. They're called complaining. But that basically all that is an objection. That's it. A complaint is an objection. That's all it is. You got to learn how to overcome objections, okay? So repeat the objection, jump on their side, become assistant buyer, and use a cushion. A cushion, it makes people feel okay. So it's like, the event, Vegas is far. Right? I'm like, dude, Vegas is far. Right? Isn't it far? I go, where do you live? I go, man, like, that's so far from us? I totally get it. Like, I remember the first time I went to an event, I'm like, Texas? You want me to go all the way to Texas? I was like, I never been to Texas. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. So I totally get it. That's how I was. You guys see what I just did? Yeah. Any objection somebody has, I just jump on their side. Most people are like, oh, don't give me an objection. Oh. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, here, come here. There we go. You know what I mean? Like, punch me with your hand. Let's go. Right? It's I already know. It's like, I'm ready for the objection. I've heard every single one of them 100,000 times. Right. But you don't want to make it sound like you've just heard it, right? Oh, I just heard this 1,000 times. You want to make it sound like that's the first time you've ever heard it. Vegas is far, right? So I'm just going to break these down. I'm going to throw them up there. I'll go if my team goes. I'll go to Vegas if my team goes. Bring the objection. Oh. So you're like, oh yeah, I'll totally go to Vegas if my team goes, right? You see what I just did? I repeated the objection. Mainly if it's a hostile objection, you have to defuse. If it's loaded with insinuation, you have to repeat it back in a normal tone, right? Then my wife's like, why are you so late? Why am I late? Oh, God. I'm so glad she's not here. Okay, use a cushion. What I found out is that, you're the leader of your team, and if you commit, your team's going to commit. Would you agree? A dog wags its tail, and the tail doesn't wag the dog, right? You know what I mean? Like, always end it with a question. Let's get you committed to going to the, to the Vegas event. Damn, I'll go to the next one. Oh, you're like, man, the next one sounds really good, right? You want to go to the next one, huh? Man, I totally know how you are. I'm going to go to the next one, too. Here's what I discovered, right? What I discovered is attending the convention puts you 6 months ahead of everybody that doesn't attend. Would you rather be in the same place or 6 months ahead of where you are right now? Yeah, let's get you to the event. You guys see what I'm saying? This is called having a backbone, not a wishbone. Here it is. Here it is. This is another great one, okay? I don't want to go. I don't like getting excited. No, I'm telling you, there's these people out there that say these things. So you're the type of person, you're like, the last thing I want to do is get excited, right? That's how I am, right? You just use a cushion. Like, I met a lot of people like that. They're like, man, I get too excited, get a little scared. Like, whoa, my blood pressure's up or something, I'm excited, right? Here's what I learned is, right? You're not in Riman until you've been to a convention, right? The top pioneers never miss a convention. Should you follow what's already proven to work? All right, let's get you to go. I might go, maybe, or I'll try it. I'll try to go. That's a great one. Somebody says, I might go. Oh, okay, so you're the type of person like, I kind of want to go, but I might go, right? Is that how you are? Oh, man, I tell you what, I know how that feels. And then I just tell them, right, look, what I learned is once you make 100% commitment, your potential customers and planners will feel your commitment. Okay? So if you want to make a fire, what comes first, the wood or the fire? You got to put the fire in first, right? Let's make a commitment so we can get you making some serious money. You guys see, like, you've got to have a back, like, I'm just like standing my ground. To me, it's like I'm talking to somebody that has a, like, lack of blood to the brain temporarily, right? That's kind of how I look at it. I just got to kind of bring it back to where they need to be at, right? Because, like, there's no, like, I'm not making money, doesn't seem worth it. I was thinking about this today. What's so crazy? Like, think about it. Like, most people, I saw this brand new girl. She's like signed up, like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, jacked out of her mind. She's about to be a team leader. She's super pumped up. She's like, I just love it. You know what I mean? Like, I love this business. I'm like, I go, it's just like so fun to talk to you because it's like, you're an entrepreneur now. Like, most people have never been an entrepreneur before. I go, but the difference between being an entrepreneur in our business and being a traditional entrepreneur is if I opened up a taco stand, I couldn't go across the street and ask the taco guy over there what he's doing is working. You know what I mean? I go, what's cool is like everybody supports one another, right? So to me, it's like a no-brainer. Doesn't seem worth it. You'll hear that one, right? Repeat the objection, use the cushion. What I've learned is people that attend conventions make 100 times more money than people that don't go. How much money do you want to make? Like, there's no debating it. If you did, like, if we had if you took the look at the people that that go to convention, how much money they make, and how much the people that don't go, it's probably 1,000 times more. Probably 1,000,000 times more. Because the majority of people that don't go to the convention, they don't have any success. They very rarely, you'll see somebody say, man, I'm blowing it up, I'm not going to conventions. You know what I mean? I went to an event already. What I learned is the people that have been to the, what I've learned is the top people have been to events too. That's why they never miss events. Motivation's like brushing your teeth, right? We got to do it more than once, right? If you want to get gross, you can say like wiping your butt. You know? Did that one time, never do it again. What? I need to get away from you. So it's like you just hear these objections. They're just ridiculously silly, okay? My spouse won't let me go. I mean, you'll hear that one. You're gonna hear that one. I'll put them both up here. What I learned is your spouse is gonna be more excited when you start making a lot of money. It's usually very forbidden to ask for permission sometimes. Like, right? I can't figure out how to get Hotels.com working. This was last event. People are like, host hotels booked. How do I do this? I'm like, whoa. I was talking to directors in my organization. They're like, what do we do? Host hotels booked. I'm like, dude, as we grow, that's going to happen. Like, what are they going to do? Add on and double the size of a hotel? Come on, dude, figure it out, right? But look, let me show you how to book a room, okay? Let me show you how to use an Uber. It's super easy. Like, I mean, I was like, my wife, she heard me. She's like, you've got some of the dumbest people. Why are people so dumb in Riman? Oh, it's not all of them, babe. It's just this person I'm talking to. Like, have they never been on a vacation? Okay, here it is. I'm going to give you a couple more of these. These are just fun. I'll go if you pay for it, or I don't have the money. What I've learned to be true is, why people get the most out of the event is because of the commitment they make. When we buy our own stuff, we take better care of it, don't we? It's like you just know. I'm busy that weekend. You're going to hear that, right? And I just like what I've learned to be true is when we find a way to make things happen that almost seem impossible is whenever we grow the most. How about we find a way to be able to rearrange your schedule? Have we ever done that before? Is that crazy? Is that out of this world? Am I talking just nonsense right now? Have we ever rearranged our schedule before? Like, come on, man. But you got to get good at, whoa, geez. Tell me how you really feel. I'm scared to travel alone. What I've learned to be true is we get the most out of our comfort zone. When we get out of our comfort zones, when we grow the most, we definitely want to grow, don't we? Just take notes for me. What I've learned to be true is whenever you're at the event person, you're going to feel the heart of the company. Meet all the top of my ears. We can't get a haircut over the phone, can we? Imagine that. Somebody's like, I'm going to go get my nails done. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to call it in. It's too far, okay? What I've learned to be true is the bigger the heart of the challenge, the greater the reward. I'm sure you agree. If you want the testimony, you've got to be willing to pass the test, right? I don't think I'm going to be successful. Somebody might tell you that one, right? What do you want to do? Hit it with this, right? What I learned to be true is in order for us to become successful, we have to be willing to learn how to be a success. Obviously, you'd agree with me, there's no better place to learn than the convention, wouldn't you? It's like, you learn how to make it happen. You get the confidence from being at the event. So you got to learn how to basically have confidence, right? It's too short a notice. Only if I knew earlier. That might be one you hear. What I've learned to be true is the people that get the most out of the event are the newest people that are just getting started. With that being said, who's going to get more out of the event than you? That's if you sign somebody up right before the event. You got to get to the event. Because the newest person that gets started, they come to the event, they like blow up right away. I'm not ready for that. Somebody told me that the one they heard before. I'm not ready for that. What are we doing? We're going to an event. Like, we're not getting married. Like, what? I'm not on a knee proposing. I'm on a damn convention. What I've learned to be true is once you go. Right? What I've learned to be true is once you go to you'll get the information that you're going to need to be ready. All right? You want to become a success. You want to become successful. Like, that's why we go to the event, right? So here's what I'm going to show you. This is for your notes, right? How many, okay, let's say that you have 5 planners in the convention coming up. How many do you want to attend the training? All, okay? Do you want them paying attention? Do you want them paying attention? All. Should be how many of them, but there we go, there's a mistake today. What happens if you attend the convention? They win. What happens if they don't attend the event? They may not win. How do you get them to attend? Master promoting. Master promoting. Okay? So if you got 5 people on your team, what do you want to do? You want to get all of them to the event. Now let me show you why. You guys ready for this? Okay? All of them, they win, not win, promoting. Okay, here we go. Now start with the end in mind. This is for your notes. Start with the end in mind, okay? You guys have seen this before, but let me just put it to you like this. If you're building 2, they get 2, right? Your organization looks like this, right? If you build 3, they get 3, it's 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 7, 29, right? And then 2187, and how you unlock that 2187 is hit director. Okay, then if you go 5, 25, 125, 6, 25, 3, 15, 65, then 78,125, got to hit director. So let me show you what your income will look like. This is just from the unilevel portion, okay? If everybody's doing 1,000 MVP, this is just an example, right? If everybody's doing 1,000 BP monthly, you're going to be making 3,900 residually. And in number 3, or if you duplicate 3, you're going to be making 33,000. 33,000 a month. It's not a bad income for most people. Mainly because it's residual. Now, if you duplicate 5, it's going to be 585,000. Woo! That's why you want to get your people to the convention. Why is it so important to do everything right with your 5 people? Because the 5 will turn into 125 if you do everything right. 5 will turn into 0 if you don't do everything right. So it's at the beginning. You don't want to be a person that's like, oh, I'll just keep signing up people. Like, no, how about you take care of them? Right? You got to take care of them. So 6 reminders to raise your belief. Okay, we're going to wrap this thing up here really shortly. People will be afraid not to join you if they know that you know where you're going. Okay, confidence is contagious, but so is lack of confidence. Okay, people don't care where you are, they care where you're going. Be a tour guide, not a travel agent. Right? Overcoming objections always continues, even once somebody gets started in Riman. Okay? Confidence is going after Moby Dick in a rowboat and taking the tartar sauce with you. Out of this information, understand you're always removing objections. You will remove objections in your own mind. Some of you that are sitting here today are going to have an objection come up, not all of you, but probably a handful of you, at least 3 or 4 of you, are going to have an objection come up in your mind. I don't know if I'm going to go this week to goal setting. What? Goal setting? You can't miss goal setting, right? You guys know I already promoted it. No, but it's like, you've got to realize you have to overcome objections in your own mind. Like, why are you not running harder? Why are you not giving it your all? I'm about to blow your mind away on this next one. I'm going to still let you guys get all this information before I go to the next one, because I'm going to blow your mind away. This is so critical. Let me show you this, okay? Most people work hard, but few fight for their life. There's going to be 2 dates on your tombstone, and all your family and friends will read them, but all that's going to matter is that little dash in between them. See, I see people all the time work hard. Go to work, go home, go to work, go home, doing the same thing. But when you're an entrepreneur, you're fighting for your life. Fight for your lifestyle. Fight for the life you want to live. Think about it.